Wrong video. Sorry, everyone. Sorry about the holdup. I had a little technical difficulty. My apologies. Okay. Yay, the right video. Webcam is on. All right. Hello, Janice. Hello, Luana. If I'm mispronouncing your names.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Amazing.
Sorry about the technical difficulties. My computer wanted to reboot itself. I've been pushing back that announcement all day, and I guess it just was ready. It was like, no, we just have to restart. So my apologies, but glad you made it. Thank you for waiting. There's going to be quite a few people joining us tonight, and hopefully they were a couple of minutes late, so they didn't see my technical difficulties. I'm just going to let them trickle in, and we will probably get started in the next 3 to 4 minutes, just so I can give people grace and allow them to get settled. Hello, Sandy. Welcome. And thank you for being here.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm well. How are you tonight?
I'm good. Just getting in.
Long day?
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you made it.
Thank you.
I feel like 7's like a good happy medium time. Like typically I know people are tired, but on a weeknight, when else are you gonna be able to? Or on a weekend period. Thank you for being here. I was just telling Luana and Janice and I guess Erica, if you heard me, we are going to get started in maybe 2 minutes, just like to give people a little bit of grace to get settled and giving people grace. Thank you all for giving me grace because I had a little technical difficulty there.
Okay.
Thank you, Erica. Yeah, we'll start at like 7:10. So it's 7:09. Typically I do a 5-minute grace, but I didn't technically get on until 7:05. So 7:10 is the official start time, everyone, as folks trickle in. So get a snack maybe. I have my candy jar. I feel like I need a little extra energy. Maybe grab a water. And we'll start in 1 minute. All right, it's just shy of 7:10, and because technically I do like to start off information sessions with an introduction / icebreaker to break the ice with the group. I figure we can start that prematurely, a minute early. So welcome everyone. I'm Lisa of Lesbifriends Travel. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Wednesday evening to share an hour or a little bit more with the group and learn about some travel opportunities that the group has for you and get to know each other a little bit better. I like to, depending on the group size, we'll see how many of these icebreakers that we can do, but just to get us started and so we know each other a little bit better, or initially I like to do just like a really simple one: name, if you want to include your pronouns, you are welcome to. I know a lot of us have them written on our screen, so even better. As well as where you're calling from. And I'm going to, I know a little bit, I know mostly where most of you want to learn about going, so I'm not going to cheat and ask you that. Because I already have that information, but I would like to know, what is something when you travel that you like to do? I'll start off and give an example. So I'm Lisa. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm calling from Washington, D.C. Something that I like to do when I travel to different places, whether it be domestically or internationally, is I like to do a food tour when they're available. I feel like this is a good way to, most of the ones I've done are walking tours. So this is a good way to get acclimated with an area on foot, visit some local, typically a lot of the places I go are like mom and pop shops. So they're not the places that are gonna get the Google reviews. And so I'm learning something new about the places, the area, and also the food. The people who own these places are typically willing to have a conversation with you, share a little bit more background about the food and the culture. So that's one of my go-tos on any vacation or trip that I go on. I like to do a food tour. So we're just gonna go in random order. You are welcome to unmute yourself and volunteer and speak up. If there's a little bit of a lapse of time, I might tell you to go. So who wants to be our first volunteer? I'm putting in the chat so you guys can remember what exactly I'm asking for. So name, and I'll repeat it verbally, name, pronouns, where you're calling from, and what you like to do when you travel. Not a whole list, just one thing.
I'll go first.
Thank you, Sandy.
Hi, I'm Sandy. Okay, I forgot all the questions. I live in DC. I'm sorry, Lisa, what was the other question?
Your pronoun, well, we can see your
My
pronouns.
pronouns are she, I'm sorry, my pronouns are she and her.
And
And
lastly, what is your go-to thing that you like to do when you travel?
honestly, I really don't have a go-to. I haven't really traveled much. Joining Lesbifriends, I've started really getting out more. Just connecting with new people. Just I love our downtime when we just, take the time to get to know one another. And I'm a foodie. I'm a total foodie. So yeah, that part. So hello, everybody.
Hello, Sandy. Thank you for that great introduction. Eating is integral, so you can be a foodie, but yes, downtime and the one-on-one connections and the small group connections are really great experiences on the trips.
Yeah.
So I'll go next. Hey, everybody. I'm Lawana. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. So domestically, I love to find the Black-owned bookstores in the areas that I'm in and buy books, specifically books for children, because I volunteer here and do a good bit of reading. So I try to get enough books so that I can take some books that were written by Black authors to leave with the youth, usually lower grades up to middle school. Internationally, I want to hit the true local spots, not the touristy spots, to actually support and buy from the locals. And the one thing I'm always going to get is going to be a refrigerator magnet, because I run out of room to buy other things, but I still have room on the refrigerator to bring the magnets back from where I've been.
I love that. Thank you. Great list. Might have to borrow from that.
I'll go ahead and go. My name is Erica. I'm from Maryland, yes, but Glen Burnie, Maryland is where I currently stay. Most of the time I travel is for getaway, like romantic reasons or family trips. So this would be a different thing to like just travel with friends and meet new people. When I do travel, the most important thing is finding where the aquarium is. I recently went to Bahamas and ended up finding the aquarium, and from there ended up finding a way to swim with pigs. So as long as there's animals going to be around, I'm probably going to say, yeah, let's go do it.
Thank you, Erica. That is so interesting. Swimming with pigs in the Bahamas. I'm gonna have to look into that. What island were you in?
We went to what's the big place everybody, Nassau, Bahamas. Yeah, Nassau, because it was a cruise. And we went to Nassau, and then from there I went to, oh, it's called Pig Island. And there you can swim with the pigs, and you'll see some people doing the horseback thing. But I didn't want to ride the horse because done that, but never been around pigs. That was kind of awesome.
Thank you for sharing that. Okay, I'm gonna have to add that to my personal list. Love that. All right, I got 4 people I can volunteer to go, or you can pick yourself.
Right, I'll go ahead and go. Janice out of Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore beat more all day, but I forgot the rest as well. I'm terrible. So thank you, Lisa, for putting that in the chat. My go-to activity is, this is a great group because we have a lot of similar answers. Okay, Lisa, food tour, that's my number one thing. That and also the spa when I can. And then Luana mentioned the Black-owned bookstore, which is something that I also do. Like if it's domestic, I'm going to research and find all the Black-owned everything wherever I go. So my last trip to Minnesota, I actually found a Black-owned bookstore. Went, made some purchase. It was awesome. It was epic. So I'm glad you brought that up. So, but yeah, I did Black-owned restaurants, found a bookstore, it was an amazing candle shop. So that's another thing I like to do, especially domestically, is to find the Black-owned businesses and support there. But yeah, I started at the food tour, wine tour, beer tour. Give me all of it.
Thank you, Janice, and welcome. Hello, Tani. We have a new person who joined. We're doing a quick round of introductions. Ashley, Candace, and Tani. Oh, and Shar, you are left to introduce yourself. I put it in the group chat. I'll put it again just for anyone new who cannot see the previous message. We're doing an introduction with your name, your pronouns, where you're calling from, and what is a go-to activity or a couple of activities that you like to do when you travel.
I'll go next.
Thanks, Ashley. You can go, and then Shar is up next.
All right. My name is Ashley, she, her pronouns. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. And one of the things I like to do when I travel internationally is to take a cooking class. So similar to what you guys are saying, but a little bit more hands-on. And I don't really have a thing I like to do when I am domestic other than similar to what you all are saying, but I do like to at least pick out one good restaurant that's gonna have a good experience, usually fresh food or just something that I, will enjoy. It's not gonna be, like you're saying, the most popular place, but will be delicious because that's my favorite type of food.
Thank you, Ashley. Great introduction. Shar, you're next.
Hi, everyone. Glad to be here. Nice to meet you. My name is Shar. My pronouns are she, her. I am actually I'm in Maryland. I'm driving right now because I have another appointment, but I saw this group and this topic on Meetup, and I really, really wanted to make it and just come see and say hi. So I will pop off early. I'm so sorry, but I really want to stay, but I just can't tonight. Um, what else? Some of the questions, travel. I would like to travel more. I have a lot of opportunity to travel, but like lifestyle, I'm trying to get to a place where I can kind of get out of my normal whatever and get out and travel. I like the beach. I want to learn to surf. So if I go somewhere, hopefully maybe if I know somebody that can surf, I would like to go surfing. Otherwise I might take a lesson or I don't know, not much because I don't travel. Maybe I'll go out for an event, but I don't get to actually see the destination of the location. So that's my little bit.
Oh,
Thank you. That was great. And welcome to the group. No worries if you have to pop off early or you can't stay the entire time. This is being recorded and shared amongst the people who signed up for the information session tonight. All right, we got 2 more people.
I guess I'll go.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Name is Candace. Pronouns is she, her. So with traveling, I don't really have, most of my travel is for work in the stateside. But I did travel when I was in relationships. It's been a while. But when I like to go travel, like when I go out of the country, I like to do anything local. I like to be with the locals all day, party. I don't have specific things I like to do. I like to just hang out with them and kind of feel the vibe. Anything that's a part of their culture, I like to experience, and that's pretty much it.
Sounds like a good list. Thank you.
Oh, I guess that's me. I'm the last one, huh? Hi, I'm Tani, calling from New York. Wait, hold on. I have to look at what the questions were. My bad. My go-to activity when I travel, I'm very big on like culture and like local, so I like to eat. Eat and art. I feel like the best way to like learn about a place's culture is through their food or through their art. And yeah, so yeah, I'm done talking.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Art is so amazing and it really helps you get to know the place that you are visiting. So I love that. I try to, everything you guys have said, I'm literally taking notes because outside of, you learning about the upcoming trips, I'm always planning new ones, including a few more for next year. So if I don't have things that are incorporated that you mentioned into a trip, I definitely like to offer those as optional things. I do research into optional activities when you have some free time to be able to offer the things that you guys want to do. So thank you for sharing that. We are learning from each other. Okay, so without further ado, if more people come in, maybe we'll give them a chance to introduce themselves. But why you're here is to learn about some of these upcoming travel opportunities. So let's get into that. And feel free to chat within the chat function. Feel free to type as you wish. I love that engagement as well. I might not always be able to check it just because I have the 2 screens up to see the presentation and see your faces and some other information. But please feel free to chat amongst yourselves in the group chat. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you. And I have a presentation prepared. We're going to be talking about a few trips today. Unfortunately, I cannot touch upon them all. Really wish I could, but I limit this to an hour, hour and a half tops. So if you want to learn about another trip, you will have to come back for an information session or check the website soon. Very soon, there will be these pre-recorded information sessions already on there, so you can watch them at your leisure. So the first trip that we are going, well, let me get into this. But you should have received an email from me, so you know the trips that we are going to discuss today. Honestly, there were 18 people who signed up. and about five of the 18 people said they want to hear about all the trips. I wish I could. So you already know what trips we're going to learn about, but before you learn about the trips, you might want to learn, you might want to know a little bit who about you're traveling with. So you found Lesbifriends. That was number one. Thank you for finding us. A lot of people find us through word of mouth or through Instagram. Some people are still find us on Facebook, and definitely Meetup's a great resource. I've definitely connected with a lot of people on there. Of course, the best for me is word of mouth. So even if you didn't find me Lesbifriends travel word of mouth, I want someone else to find Lesbifriends travel word of mouth via you when you have your great travel experience. So Lesbifriends travel, it's my baby. It's my company. I'm Lisa again. I started it back in 2010. Just because I was graduating from law school, I created community and I needed an outlet. And so I came up with this gathering that I hosted in my 1-bedroom co-op for a couple of years. It grew, and out of the get together grew an annual winter trip that ended up running for 10 years. That it was very successful. And people would see me go to other countries and ask me, why haven't you taken a group to Mexico or Brazil yet? And so a couple years ago, I branched out, and instead of just doing an annual winter or summer trip, I started hosting international trips for the group and the community. And I'm very glad I did, because it has led me all to you, and I continuously have the good fortune of meeting amazing people who get to connect with each other and have once in a lifetime experiences. A little bit more about me. This is actually one of the trips I took with a group of people to Peru 2 years ago. Had a great time feeding the alpacas. I later actually did a cooking class. Shout out to, I'm sorry, I can't see everybody's name, but shout out to who likes to do cooking classes. I later cooked that alpaca, not the same one, but I did a cooking class and I cooked an alpaca and I ate it. It's chewy and gamey. I wouldn't recommend it, but it was a very great experience. So part of the reason that I have a travel group and company is because I love to travel. I've traveled to over 50 countries, individual, like by myself, well, not just solo travel, but I've never been traveling for work. So I just like to travel out of my own pocket. Clearly, I've made travel into a business, so that's just like an extra added bonus. But I truly love to travel and curate experiences, and I enjoy meeting new people. So I combine my two loves and created Lesbifriends Travel to offer opportunities to other people. Okay, so I'm really not good at talking about myself. So I'm making that short and sweet. But I do like to give people an intro of the company. I'm even more excited to talk about my co-host for at least part of this information session, Janice, who is also not only a co-host for the information session, but a co-host for an upcoming trip. And so normally I would go in order of the trips, like what trip's coming up next. But we're going to go a little out of order just because I want to be respectful of Janice's time. And I'm going to we're going to introduce the Caribbean cruise, which I think at least 6 people were interested in learning about. So we're going to introduce that trip first. But before I introduce the trip, I have to introduce Janice. I've known Janice for, I feel like, over 10 years. Janice and I went on a Caribbean trip together. I don't know if that's initially how we met, but a then mutual friend was organizing a trip to Tortola, right, Janice?
Yeah, that's right. Mhm.
Okay, yes, I got it right. It's been a long time, guys.
Yes, it's been a very long time.
And there were almost 20 queer people. This person took us to their home country, and it was an amazing experience. I don't know why I didn't start a travel group then, but we bonded on that trip and just stayed in contact since. And I kept seeing Janice pop up on Instagram. You know, we see each other in the community out, and have friends in common. And I saw that Janice was a travel advisor, and has her own business. And so I was like, you are taking people on these amazing getaways. And you are the cruise expert. I'm still learning when it comes to cruises, even though I've gone on a cruise or two, I've never facilitated a cruise. And so it just made sense to work with Janice, who can come up with your next personalized group trip if you let her. I'll have all the pre-plan, and Janice can do this as well, but I typically have the trips that are already going to be planned out. So you're signing up, you get what you signed up for, but Janice will tailor a trip to your needs. Her contact information is on the website if you ever want to explore working with her directly. I've sent people to her, but I'm very excited to work with her on our first collaboration Virgin cruise, because she's been on a Virgin cruise before and has sent many of her travelers on Virgin cruise, and is an expert on Virgin. So very happy to have you here, Janice. And would you like to say a word or two about yourself? Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, you did great. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to work together on this, and I think it's going to be quite awesome. So yeah, you covered it all. You know, I've been in the industry now for about just over 7 years. Again, like Lisa said, it's, you know, I do more customized, tailored travel planning and honeymoons and all that good stuff, and vacations, and, you know, some more, but more, you know, just a little more individual, but, you know, yeah, I'm happy to be here again. We're gonna rock it out. Thanks, Lisa. And I'm not the best at introductions, so I'm gonna leave it right there.
That was great. I feel like people don't know this. I'm an introvert. I really don't like public speaking, but I have to, right? I feel like you might be a little introverted too, so we're right here. Okay. So the great segue into the next component. And this is just overarching sharing about Lesbifriends. And then we'll get a little bit more, we'll definitely get in depth with the cruise. But even though you are going on a group trip, and this is group travel, you are going to get a very individual experience on a Lesbifriends trips. So outside of doing these trip information sessions with you to learn, to share the trips with you, we also, when someone signs up for a trip, we also give them a tailored travel guide. We do research. I have a team, it's not just me. Actually, it's just me and my assistant, social media manager. She does everything that I can't do. I love her. She's amazing. So, but we're a two-person shop essentially, and we put together personalized travel guides with LGBTQ friendly itineraries. We want people to only travel where it's safe and accepted. So we vet everything ahead of time. We'll look up the laws. We'll even give you some words to know ahead of time, so you can learn how to ask where the bathroom is, and how to get around at the airport. We also curate packing lists for you. We have some theme nights, so we also put those in there for, you know, to zhuzh it up a little bit on all of our trips. We also offer exclusive pre-trip group chats. So about a month before you actually go on a trip, we're going to do a trip meeting just like this, and we're going to go over the itinerary. You're going to get to meet everybody virtually who's on that trip. You might get to meet your roommate if you selected to come on the trip and want a roommate, but didn't have one picked out yet. We do roommate matching too, but so you'll get to meet your roommate virtually there as well. You'll get to chat in the group a little bit, in our chat group ahead of time. And we do in-person events too, but we realize not everybody is local in the DMV. So that's why we have a lot of resources to connect people virtually ahead of time, so they feel comfortable going on a 10-day excursion to Africa with a group of people that they haven't yet met. Yes, I've hit everything there. Okay, and just overall, typically what's included in all Lesbifriends trips are accommodations, meals that are mentioned on the itinerary. For this trip specifically, we're on a cruise, it's all inclusive. So all of the meals offered in the restaurants are included, and non-alcoholic beverages. While on board the cruise ship, when we get off the cruise ship, you have to take care of that yourself. Janice, I'm sure she's gonna chime in after, but there's Virgin, I've been stalking them for at least a year and a half now. I've just been trying to find the time to go on a Virgin cruise, but their cruise ships are amazing. As a travel advisor myself, I've done the training, like at least like 10 hours of training. So, and I wanted to go on their ships just based on doing all this virtual training with them. But as you know, typically with cruises, all the entertainment is included. So there's always going to be shows on the ship, ways to connect with one another, but also with other people on board the cruise. Or if you just want to go do your own thing one night, you have the freedom to do that. This cruise offers exclusive access to a beach club in the Bahamas. So even if you didn't want to go, even when we get in port, if you didn't want to go explore the Bahamas, you should at least get off the ship and explore this beach club, because it looks amazing. The bonuses you're gonna get are a Lesbifriends swag bag that's specifically curated to some things you might have forgotten to pack for a cruise, but we got you covered. Again, that travel guide, you get Wi-Fi, tips and gratuities are included, I believe, Janice. That's all built in. And then you get access to your hosts. We are going to be there curating this experience the entire time, and organizing the groups to do group meetups and enjoy activities on and off the ship together. You can read what's not included. You got to get yourself there, but we can help you figure that out. But once you do get there, we got you covered. All right, so this is the cruise ship that we are going to be sailing on next year. I'm very excited. It's gorgeous. It's huge. And these are the dates that we are going to be traveling to: Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, and Bimini Beach, Bahamas. I always like to put some fun imagery, because this is some of the stuff we're going to be experiencing when we get there. So you can just be prepared for all of the vibrancy. And this is just a little bit more about the ship. If you haven't checked out the website, you are welcome to go. Of course, we want you to look at all of the great detail we put on Lesbifriends website. And Janice also has a page on her website where, she offers direct bookings for this cruise as well. But you can also explore Virgin, their website as well. We couldn't pack everything that they have to offer on our one web page. But here's a little bit more information. That's actually one of the rooms on the ship that you will get to experience. From what I can tell, Virgin cabins are pretty spacious compared to the other cruise lines that I've traveled on. And the views are just amazing. Also, the prices are very affordable as well, but we'll get to that. Do you want to say anything specifically, since you can speak to the experience, the firsthand experience on the cruise ship, and some of the cabin amenities people might get?
Yeah, so I'll just start off by letting you all know that I've been on 4 Virgin voyages so far. And this is actually a newer cruise line, as most of you know. I mean, it's been about 2-3 years now, but I think they started sailing in 21. But I've been on 4. I absolutely love it, and I had never cruised before getting on board Virgin Voyages. So that's something to say right there. It speaks to the experience. and just the whole vibe of the ship. Now I know if you cruise a lot and you haven't been on yet, you might have heard different things about Virgin, wild parties and it's a swinger ship and all this other stuff. But let me, that's on every cruise ship, from my understanding. But anyway, this is not what Virgin is about. Virgin is about truly being an adult. I'm sorry, what is it? Kid at heart, as an adult on board. It's an adults only ship, which drew me to it in the first place. No shade to anyone with kids, but when I'm on vacation, there's an experience that I have in mind. So again, adults only. So the vibe, right there. There's plenty of spots to lounge, relax. I'd say there's something for every type of travel style on board Virgin. So if you want to party and turn up, you most certainly can do that. But then there's also plenty of opportunity to relax and chill out and have the kind of trip you want, even while on the ship. It's not a mega ship, which is a plus for me personally. I just, with 50 million people on one place, but anyway. Virgin, I think their max capacity is about 2,800 or so. So it never feels like, you're fighting for this, that, and the third. Some other highlights are the fact that all food is cooked to order. Basically, you have your little stations, but there's no buffets. You're not standing in buffet lines, that kind of thing. Entertainment, the shows, there's variety. They're pretty cool. Some are really amazing. I have my favorites. But it's like if you've seen it once, and but anyway, that's for the more experienced Virgin voyagers. But there's some great shows I do recommend checking out. There's some lounges. They have a casino on board. The food is great. I mean, my first cruise, I still remember. Like, I'm still thinking about the food that I had on my first voyage. So you won't be disappointed there. Since there are a lot of foodies in the group, they have what's called a test kitchen, which is kind of like experimental ways and creative ways how they do the food. Amazing experience. Some other things they have, like if you're into like whiskey tastings and that kind of thing, like they really have something for everyone on the ship. The spa's there, which is pretty dope. And yeah, there's definitely the element of like turn up, because they have some events where like you can get nice. Okay, like they give you these drinks. I mean, these are extra things, but the type of experience I did, my last cruise, I did I learned all about like Negroni, if anyone drinks Negronis and old fashions and all kind of stuff. And I literally had like 5 drinks, like strong, very strong alcoholic drinks in 1 hour, so it's like, not that they're trying to get you, but it's that kind of atmosphere. You're allowed to do what you want and just really enjoy yourself, respectfully, of course. All types of people on board, older, younger. So for anyone curious about Virgin Voyages, my whole thing, and Lisa, if I'm talking too much, let me know. But my whole thing is, to go in with an open mind and have fun, because that is the point of that ship. I mean, people aren't like swinging across the balconies naked and that kind of thing, but it's intended adult atmosphere, grown and sexy. They have karaoke. They have, like I said, something for everybody. My favorite place is what's the name? It's like a champagne lounge. They do high tea. I did high tea for the first time on the ship, and I loved it. Okay, like I feel like every time I want to go out now, I need to end with champagne and like a Biscoff or something. But it was just like, you know what I mean? I want champagne with my tea now everywhere I go. So I highly recommend doing that. Yeah, it's just amazing. The drinks, y'all, I'm telling you, perfectly crafted. I'm not an alcoholic, but I love a perfectly made cocktail. Okay, food on point. Scarlet Night, which is like their biggest thing that they promote. It's the night where, the DJ is gone. It's in the middle of the ship. Everyone goes and dresses up or dresses down, but the theme is red, of course. And it's just a great night to really just kind of be with everybody if you want and just like party in the middle. Like it's epic. And they have pajama PJ party, which is usually on the first day. I have yet to make a pajama party on the ship, but they have that. So I'm like, why I put this on the first day? You know, people come and traveling, and like I never make it. I always crash. That starts about 10 o'clock at night, like 11. I'm like, I'll see y'all later. But and that's been 4 voyages. I still haven't made it. But anyway, those type of things that they have on board. Let me see what else. Oh, the cabins. Let me touch on that real quick. The cabins, they do have a variety. I recommend if you're not Rockstar, which is the ultimate, okay, like I haven't gotten there, but I'm gonna get there one day, the Rockstar cabins. They're awesome. But I do recommend the XLC Terrace. It's just a lot more roomier. Setup is the same as a C Terrace. But your bathroom is different and you have more space in your bathroom. So I just love a big bathroom. So, I mean, but it's still I just highly recommend that cabin. I think the locations are great, and, you know, most of them come with the hammock. So, you know, you're still gonna get your experience, but if you like a nice bathroom like I do, then go with that XL. Okay. But yeah, I mean, they have everything you need in them. You know, uniquely set up. I love the mood lighting in there. Okay. Like they have this one setting that's like Zen, and the lights go like, you know, green, and then the curtains close. I mean, it's awesome, y'all. I'm telling you, I can go on for forever. I mean, I should be paid by Virgin to, you know, promote them as much as I do. But anyway, I'm just speaking to the experience. But yeah, I mean, they have a whole setting for like, you know, you know, want to get your freak on. They got the lighting for that, and they got the, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just awesome. So it's really overall a great experience. Like I said, something for everyone. If you're into fitness, you know, they have a great gym on board. They do the classes, you know, yoga. I love the dance classes. It's just for anybody, you know, because they're fun. Like if you, I don't know, look at my Instagram, I might have posted it, I don't know, but I did a whole like, what they call what's the backup dancers classes or something like that, or like choreography to like NSYNC. So I'm learning the whole NSYNC choreography to bye. Like it was, I don't know. But then like with 20 other people, like who don't know what we're doing, but that's the kind of fun, you know what I mean, that you can have. If you're traveling solo, there's plenty of things for solo travelers. So, but this is a group trip, so yeah. But anyway, if you are coming by yourself, they have solo travel meetups. You know, so don't feel like if you don't want to hang with the group or whatever, then you can check out those solo meetups where you get to meet other people. I mean, I went with a group before, and I still went to the solo meetups. It was awesome and met some great people. So I'm gonna leave it there. So
Well,
yeah,
I was going anyway, but this is great. No, thank you, Janice. Again, that's part of the reason why I thought it was invaluable to have you as a part of this, because you have all this great firsthand knowledge and insight. So thank you for that. I mean, Janice touched on a lot, so I'm gonna go quickly through the itinerary. And all of this is typically like flexible because we're on a cruise. It's different from a set itinerary that a normal trip would have if we were on the land. But on day one, we're going to board the ship, check in, get settled. Then we'll meet as a group and do intros and set intentions with one another. All the people traveling on this trip with Lesbifriends Travel and Soul Journey. And then we don't all have to eat dinner together, but I'm always going to encourage collective eating or to group people who might want to experience the same restaurant. I'm hoping that everybody can mingle and make a friend or two and just rotate their dining mates. Day two on this cruise is a day of leisure or a day at sea where you can have breakfast at your leisure. I actually really appreciate that there aren't breakfast buffets and that foods are made to order because I'm an omelet person. So I want a fresh omelet every morning. And then of course there's again so much to do on the ship. So take this day to explore while we're at sea. Day 3, we're gonna be in Dominican Republic, so we get to get off the ship after having a breakfast. Excuse me, that's my typo, no buffet. Breakfast is made to order. These are some optional activities, add-ons, if you will, that you can do. I do appreciate Virgin because they do take the time to curate these experiences off the ship with specific local people. So you're not feeling like you're herded or you're like one of 100 people on a group trip. You can have a very specific experience and really get a local experience. Day 4, we're back at sea. Again, no buffet, just kidding. But really good food made to order, more time to enjoy the activities. I'm probably gonna get several spa treatments on the ship, so if you don't see me, that's where I'll be. We land in the Bahamas on day 5 after having a nice made to order leisurely breakfast. And again, if you don't want to experience one of these optional activities on the right-hand side that were just the ones that stuck out to me, then you are welcome to just hang out at the beach club and these cabanas and live it up all day long. I don't know if you can swim at the pigs though. That is probably for a different part of the Bahamas. Unfortunately, all trips must come to an end, so we would be wrapping up this trip on day 6. Hopefully we'll make a friend or several. We of course keep the group chat going so you can stay in touch, but this is going to be an unforgettable time, and I'm sure people want to keep the energy going. If you were interested in coming on the cruise with us, because we are both travel advisors, we will do the booking for you. We charge with Virgin charges. So if you go to Virgin's website and sign up, unfortunately, you're not on our trip. You have to sign up through us, but literally you're going to pay the same thing that you will through Virgin. The cost of the cruise depends on when you sign up. And all of the prices are per cabin. So just like with airfare, typically, the earlier you sign up, the lower the price, right? So right now the insider cabin starts at $29.52. And that is based on 2-person occupancy if you want to share, or you can get the whole cabin to yourself for that price. Janice did recommend a sea terrace cabin for a little bit more room and comfort, and a better view on the hammock. So if you want to splurge a few hundred extra, that cabin starts at that price. Just being an adult only cruise alone makes this a great value for me. I've been on plenty of Carnival, Royal Caribbean cruises, and while I love kids, I have 4 godkids, I don't want to hang out with them all day. So I'm really appreciative that this is adults only, and a mature group, and they clearly have all the amenities to go through that, to back that up. Are there any questions? This is what a typical payment plan would look like once you signed up. And just like with any cruise, we are just asking for the 20% deposit to secure your booking. If you did go to like Lesbifriends Travel and sign up, technically you would be paying nothing when you register, and then I would message you the day after or the day of and let you know, hey, just check the prices on Virgin, they're still the same, or hey, they've gone up $50, this is what your price is going to be. But you would know that before you make any commitments, like pay any money. Any question about our cruise? Ooh, we did good.
Excuse me. So you only have one time where it's like the group gets together?
No. We will have several times on the ship where the group gets together. It's going to be flowing, right? But no, there will be organized, and that's part of why we have a group chat. We'll be like, hey, meet on a level deck 12, you know.
Okay.
because it's a cruise and it offers so many different options, I don't like to over plan. So there will definitely be something beginning, middle, and ending for us all to do together. But if you go to the Bahamas, Luana, and you don't want to go on this excursion, I'm not going to make it mandatory for you to sign up for this excursion. But then when we get back to the cruise, there will be a group outing for us, if you will, for us to all experience one another there. Like we'll all go to the dance party. We'll all go to that red light special party. What is it?
Scarlet Night.
Scarlet Night. We'll all go to
Yeah.
Scarlet Night together, and do things together on the ship. But like with any trip, everything's optional. I want you to get your money's worth, so I want you to show up to as much as you can handle. But if you want to sleep in one day, I will not, be knocking at your door.
Okay.
Okay, great. Well, I will, of course, Janice, you are welcome to continue to stay on for the rest of the information session. I'm going to probably go very quickly through the next four places because I know I typically set an hour and a half for these. But I was just so excited to be back because I haven't done one of these in months with all the traveling I've been doing. So I wanted to share as much information as possible with people. But yes, so yes, Janice is welcome to stay on, but if you also need to go off, I understand. I will share Janice's contact information with everyone in this group. If you want to follow up with her directly, and her website is linked to the Caribbean cruise page on Lesbifriends Travel's website as well.
Okay, Lisa, I have a quick question. This is Sandy.
Yes, Sandy.
So the rooms are per cabin. So say I do the Sea Terrace cabin right now, and I know on the website it says if you're bringing somebody else in the comments, say whether you want the double or single bed. Say right now I decide I'm going just single by myself, but as closer we get to the cruise, I decide I want to bring somebody with me. Can I change then, or does it have to stay at what I signed up?
Great question. You can change it. I'm going to defer to Janice though and ask that will there be any additional fees for an extra traveler at any point?
No, yeah, the pricing is per cabin, Sandy. So you're paying whatever if you want to, you can add someone to your reservation up to like 2 days prior to travel, I believe.
Okay. So I'm paying for the cabin. That's so
correct.
Whether I'm in the cabin by myself or cabin somebody else, that's the price that's gonna be paid. Okay.
That's correct.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much for clarifying that, Janice.
You're welcome.
So it behooves you to get a roommate.
Listen, that's why I asked. I'm gonna pay for the cabin, and if I get a roommate, cool. If I don't, I'm cruising alone. So it's okay.
Even like with most trips, you will not be spending most of your time in a room. So
Yes,
it's just where you lay your head and shower.
absolutely.
Thank you for that question, and thanks for the clarification, Janice. Any other questions?
I mean, if anyone else has any more questions about Virgin, I'll stay on a few minutes, and then like you could just pop it in the chat, and I'll answer while Lisa continues.
So Janice, the only one you're partnering with Lisa on is this Virgin Cruise.
Yes.
Okay.
So far, maybe
Yeah,
we'll
so
do
far.
other things.
That's right. I mean, hey, this might be a yearly thing,
Well, thank you for taking the time, Janice. We appreciate it.
All right, no problem. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'll hang around for a bit. If you have any other questions about Virgin or anything, just pop them in the chat and I'll answer.
Thanks, Janice. Okay, back to screen sharing, guys. So there were a few people who signed up who wanted to hear about Thailand and Belize, also Brazil and Nicaragua. I probably will get through Brazil. So just as a heads up, if there's ever any specific trip that you want to hear about that isn't in a presentation, you can also just reach out to me and we can schedule like a one-on-one call. I work from home full-time as an attorney. This is actually just a passion project of mine. So I'm typically free or have flexibility to meet during the day, when I'm not traveling, to answer specific questions, or even I presented these type of information sessions to a group of like 10 people who were interested in going to Belize. Actually, it's 7. They were all friends. They just wanted to learn about the trip. So if there's a specific trip and you don't want to sit through the entire information session, there's also that option too. But without further ado, I will go through Thailand because you only have a few more weeks to sign up for this trip. This trip, I literally closed my Portugal and Spain trip today, and I got 2 last-minute bookings. Sandy's coming on that trip next month. Very excited to
So we got 2 more people.
yes.
Great.
But I literally closed that trip today. I'm sticking to my deadlines because hotels sell out quickly and it's hard to pivot. So, but I do want to share Thailand and Belize very quickly because those are the last trips of the year. And I know not everybody's ready to commit to next year. So if you have a little extra vacation time, come to Thailand with us. We're going to Bangkok and Chiang Mai in November. I picked this specific time of year because there's a very popular lantern festival that occurs at that time in Thailand, and it's beautiful. I know people, I have friends who've lived in Thailand for years, and they say if anything, that's the one thing you need to experience when you go. We're going to experience a lot more than that, but that is why we're going in November. We're staying in 2 major cities there. We're staying in Bangkok, at the Lancaster Bangkok, which is a luxury hotel. As you can imagine, our money is going to go a little bit further in Thailand. So I wanted the best for this group. It's still not breaking the bank, but we are staying in 4- and 5-star hotels when we get there. The next place we'll be staying is in Chiang Mai. We're going to stay at the Centura River Hotel, which is beautiful, offers modern amenities, is in a very walkable, safe area, near all of the places you would want to go on foot when we're not actually doing an excursion together as a group. This is our the first half of our itinerary. When we get there, we're going to arrive in Bangkok, then do a dinner cruise on a very popular river there. Then we will have a full day doing a canal tour and exploring the city in Bangkok as well. On day 3, we're going to go to a very picturesque railway market where they sell everything you can think of: furniture, food, clothing. I've definitely saved some time for shopping towards the end, but I might be bringing an extra suitcase just for this market alone, or these markets that we're gonna get to experience. One of the not that people don't provide constructive criticism to me, I always appreciate it and welcome it. I want to learn and grow. One of the things I learned from the Bali trip that I hosted in June is that I can't overpack the schedule. We were going every day. We had a tour or some excursion, and people were a little bit tired and worn out, but also they just wanted to do their own thing. So I've been very intentional about building in free time to all of my trips so that you don't feel like you're missing out and paying for something that you just don't have the energy or maybe the interest in experiencing. So day 4 is a day of leisure to do what you want. However, I do give a bunch of recommendations on tours you can take on your own. And also sometimes you just get there and you want to go with the flow, but you meet someone in the group who might want to do the same thing. And so you can make that connection and schedule things when you get there as well. Day 5 is a travel day. So we're going to go to the second stop on our trip, Chiang Mai, and have a traditional northern Thai dinner. When I can, I like to incorporate some sort of community service / cultural immersion on the trips. Day 6 is a little bit of a mixture of both. We are going to visit a local school and get to interact with children. and learn from them as they learn from us. We'll probably be able to teach them some words in English, and maybe have a little give back, for those who have a little who want to make a little extra room in their suitcase. I'm going to encourage people to bring, some materials that students might need there that they might not be able as easily accessible, or that we can just give because, you know, we might have a little bit more to give. And again, make some room for all those souvenirs we're going to bring back. And we will also do a traditional paper umbrella painting. On day 7, we have more cultural immersion, and we're going to go visit a local area where there is a cultural group called the Lana people, and there is an option to spend part of the day with Lana family in small groups or even one-on-one, and make a meal with them as well. And then we're going to round off that day and by enjoying the Paper Lantern Festival that I mentioned earlier, which is one of the big reasons why we're going around this time. We'll get another day of free time in Chiang Mai before we have to say our farewells. If you wanted to sign up for this trip, unfortunately, it's around the corner, so can't be that flexible with the payment plan, but it's still a very affordable trip. The flight will probably be one of the most expensive things that you pay for, but still cheaper than the trip. There is still room to do double occupancy, but if you want to spring for a room on your own, you are welcome to as well. I do always offer a free insurance travel quote because I think travel insurance is so important. I already just quoted this because I was looking it up for several people. So travel insurance for this trip will run you about $175 to protect your investment. Again, I can't speak highly enough of this. Someone had to miss our Bali trip because they experienced a death in their family, and travel insurance covered them. You know, something that couldn't be predicted. I also had someone who was injured. I think she tore her ACL. Is it ACL or ACLU? No, ACL. That's what it's called. And so because she bought travel insurance when she signed up for the trip, her trip was covered as well. So I always like to plug travel insurance. Any questions about the Thailand trip? Okay. I'm checking the chat. There's nothing in the chat. Feel free. I know I'm going fast just because I want to be respectful of your time. But you can also send me messages later on about specific trips. Or you can ask me towards the end if something pops up. Okay. Belize. We're going to Belize next, everyone. And that is in December. I went to Belize earlier this year, kind of to scope it out, preview trip, if you will. I did a long weekend there, and it is a beautiful country with so many African influences, native influences. It's very welcoming. The people asked me if I was from there multiple times. I'm like, no, and I can't speak Spanish. I'm a bad American. But it's just a place that you're gonna feel comfortable and at home. Also, the food is delicious. Everything is very, I'm gonna say cheap. You can probably eat in Belize for $10 a day. I got lobster tail, these pork skewers, and maybe a quarter of a chicken on the side of the road on the beach. It was safe. Don't worry. I'm still here. I think that cost me, like, for that dish, that might have cost me $12, and that was with lobster. I mean, I was springing for the lobster with sides. I nibbled on that all day, but it's a great place to visit, and that's part of the reason I wanted to bring a group there. Right now, the group is at 8 people. The group for Thailand is at 9 people, just as a heads up. I try to cap my trips when we go into land. At 12, I've had up to 20. South Africa, that was a lot of people to manage. So I'm just trying to have a happy medium. And so we will have up to 12 people on these 2 different trips. So we will first be going to an area called San Ignacio for 3 nights and staying at this beautiful resort called Cajalpec, which is in a very lush jungle populated area. So we will have activities, a lot of nature activities at our disposal, and just to roam on our own. But there's also the city aspect. So if you do, it's safe to still walk around and roam on your own as well. The second place we are going to, both of these places are by water, but this is literally on the beach. We will be staying in Hopkins Village at a resort called Almond Beach Resort. This is a very up and coming area, but still has a lot of modern day amenities, a lot of adventure sports that could be done on the water, but also culturally immersive things that we have included in our lineup for this trip. And did I mention the food? The food is great. All of the breakfasts are included on this trip, and there are a couple dinners and lunches as well. So day one, we are going to arrive. All transportation is included once you get yourself to Belize. So I make sure to get your flight information ahead of time, and so you just have one less thing to worry about. You just got to get off the plane, and there will be someone typically waiting with a sign with your name on it to greet you and take you to the hotel to get settled in. Then we're going to meet as a group. I do like to start most trips, as you might be able to tell, with intros and to set trip intentions. I think it's important. Whatever this trip is for you, a turn up, turn down, whatever. I want to sleep in by the beach trip. I think it's nice to just have that initial grounding for self on the trip. So that's, and then we'll most likely have dinner together as a group. I had been scheduling our welcome dinner on day one, but then a few people had missed it. So sometimes I move that to day two. But there will be plenty of dining options where we're staying. Day two, after a great breakfast at our hotel, we will do some exploring and in nature. And so I literally like to picture the places that we're going to on the slide. So we'll be going to, I don't know how to pronounce this. I have not practiced in a while, but this natural lagoon area, and doing some very leisurely hiking, but just exploring the natural scenery of Belize. Belize has something to offer for everyone, kind of like that Virgin cruise that Janice mentioned. There's nature, there's adventure, there's beach, there's party and turning up. There's really good food. Again, really good food. And also we will explore the market there as well. Day three is a leisurely day. We're gonna hit the ground running, so I feel like I should give you a day to relax. Again, I do always include some tours that you can add on that I vet ahead of time. I give you the pricing for that. If you want to book them through me, you can, but you are welcome to just go on Viator or get your guide. I always encourage that. Make this trip your own a little bit as well, and find something you might want to explore yourself. Day four, we're gonna, after breakfast, probably before breakfast, we're gonna do morning yoga, and then we're going to go to a sacred cacao experience, which might end up being transformative for some folks, what I've read. Then we're going to head to Hopkins Village, which is the next stop, and where we'll stay for the duration of the trip. Day five is a heavily culturally immersive day, which is why I wanted to give you that downtime in between. We're going to go to a Garifuna Punta dance class, and we're going to do a drumming lessons with locals, and then we'll do a farm to table cooking class. See, I love food, like most of us mentioned at the beginning of when we did our intros, and when I can, I incorporate cooking classes and food tours in. So that we will get to experience that here as well. Day six, we'll have another more free time. to do what you want, but honestly, on all the free time days, I do organize something. It might just be something that happens on the resort. We might like have a beach day. I mean, we're literally on the beach, but a lot of us will just get up and organize, naturally go to the beach at a time that feels good for people. A lot of the tours in Bali, as I mentioned, they were taking up the whole day and we were starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I don't want to make people have to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning for their free day. But no, there's typically always something that the group will do at a leisurely pace during the free time. So you don't necessarily have to spend money. We could just do a walking tour of a local market as well. And then unfortunately, we have to say our goodbyes after breakfast. And again, transportation will be provided to get you to the airport safely. If you were interested in coming on this trip, double occupancy is 2,600. And if you want to splurge out on your own room, it's 3,300. And this is what, and I'm sorry, some of these payments are backdated, so just ignore that. The payments are going to be a little bit more because this trip is coming up. Again, I haven't done this presentation since May, so my apologies. So that is Belize. I'll take a breath break and see if anybody has any questions. Okay. I'm not mad at it. I know I'm speaking fast. I just want to get through Brazil, which is our first international trip for next year at this time, because there might be another one. I just cannot give you that information yet. No, it'll be on the website in probably the next month. I'll be releasing a trip in January, but this is our carnival trip for February that I'm going to share with people next. Back to screen sharing. Okay, we are going to Carnival in Brazil from February 27th through March 5th. I've been to Brazil before. I've been to a few of these countries before. I like going to new countries, but Brazil is one of those places that I would always want to return to. Just like it is a Portuguese speaking nation, and just like Belize, which is a Spanish speaking nation. I feel so comfortable when I'm in Brazil because everybody's brown. I mean, there's some light skinned people, but for the most part, people are going to look like everybody who's on this call. And you'll feel very included because people have all different shades, all different hair textures there, all different body types. So we're going to be spending the duration of our trip in Rio because that is where Carnival takes place. For those of you who just want to go to Brazil, in general, I can also recommend Bahia. I've been there myself, and that is also an amazing area to explore. Just unfortunately couldn't do both on this trip, but maybe in a future trip to come. So we will be there during one of the world's most vibrant times of the year. Everybody's heard of Carnival. I've been to several carnivals. I've never been to Brazil's Carnival. It's just a different type of carnival. But equally amazing. So we're going to be staying in a luxury 4-star hotel on the beach in an area called Copacabana. This area is very walkable. It's safe and walkable to bars, restaurants, nightclubs for those who want to experience that, but then just literally again on the beach. So if you want to relax, we have a designated beach area just for our hotel to enjoy while we're there. The first day we get to Brazil, of course, we'll get settled, check in, and we will actually have to have our welcome dinner on day 1 because we got other things to do starting day 2. So the second day after breakfast at the hotel, we'll do a full day tour. Some of the more popular things that Brazil is known for that we will get to experience are Christ the Redeemer, that statue there on the left top hand side, as well as Sugarloaf Mountain on the bottom right hand side, where we'll get to take a cable car to give us the best views of Rio. On day 3, this is going to be our carnival day, so right in the middle of our trip, if you will. So you're probably going to want to rest during the day. That's why I haven't put too much in this itinerary. After breakfast, take a nap, you know, explore the beach maybe, but you're going to want to get your energy up, because the nighttime is actually when the carnival celebration will start. So we are scheduled to leave around 6:30. In our presentations or demonstrations, all of these beautiful beings in the right hand side and in the middle that will be dressed up in these floats, we will be experiencing these at nighttime. So I will be taking a long nap during the day. And then the festivities will end at 3 a.m. I don't think I've ever had a tour, if you will, or an experience end that late, but it should be interesting. There's already been a couple questions asked about Brazil, so I'm just going to be forthcoming with that information. So when people think of carnival, a lot of people think of the Caribbean carnivals, the ones in the Caribbean islands, like in Trinidad, or the Bahamas. This is a different type of carnival. This isn't a carnival that we can necessarily play mas in, like it's called in those areas. So I've been in like 6 or 7 carnivals where I buy the costume, I'm wearing it, I'm on the parade route, like dancing, you know, next to all of these floats, with people who are dressed just like me, because I paid extra for that experience. In Brazil, their routines, you can wear a costume, but you can't buy it and expect to join their shop. These are choreographed routines. There are groups that train for months, if not all year, to put together this spectacular presentation. So we can definitely dress up, but it's going to be a different type of experience than you would experience going to, let's say, Toronto, for their Caravana Carnival. So I just want to put that out there. On day 4, we're going to need to recuperate. So let's, and I'm sure people are going to want to sleep in. So we're going to have breakfast and then another leisurely free day. And again, I will suggest a bunch of local walkable things you can do, but also like if you want to, you know, get out and about, experience you know, another tour that we are offering, you can as well. On day, oh, these are actually, I listed some of the optional activities. They're going to be too strenuous for me, so you won't see me on a half-day tour at Tijuca Forest. But if you have it in you, I encourage that. Again, I'll be sleeping in. Day 5, we do have group activities planned all day. We'll do a full day real queer walking tour. So it's fun to go to a place that's so openly and proudly gay and in Brazil. I purposefully have not planned a trip to Jamaica because I don't want to feel like ostracized when I get there, like I have to hide. But in Brazil, we can be very gay. They have a gayborhood. So we're going to do a real queer walking tour and see some of these really amazing sights. Then on day 6, we have to wind down a little. So after breakfast, we'll have another leisurely day and we'll have our farewell dinner that's included, as well as a game night to kind of round out the trip. Because during the day it is leisurely, there are some optional add-ons that I've already looked into that you are welcome to partake in if you don't want to spend the day at the beach like I might. And then unfortunately, we have to say our goodbyes on day 7. And I welcome people to add on an extra day or 2 if they want to go to another destination. Brazil, I've also helped people book booked flights before. I know 7 days sometimes it's not long enough for some people, but for others, that's all the vacation time they have. So we're gonna do a nice week-long trip in Brazil. And then if you were interested in this trip, these rooms are triple, double, or single occupancy. Typically I just do double or single, but the hotel has this other feature of triple, so why not save a little bit of money? As you can imagine, this is the most expensive time to travel to Brazil. The hotel that I picked, if you booked it for tomorrow, it would be 1/3 of the price. Literally, this trip is all about accommodations, which are already sold out. I had to book these rooms and with a hope and a prayer that we will have all the people come. If not, I'll just have to have a bunch of solo travelers take the room themselves. I don't know, but yes, this is a very popular time. Brazil's not a very expensive place to travel for food and activities. It's just honestly the hotel is very, very expensive at this time. And we're staying someplace a little bit nicer for that added experience and safety. These are what your payments would look like if you signed up before September 30th. After then, payments adjust. And then my last slide of the night. Okay, this is like one of my favorite parts of the info session. One, I get to thank you for being here and listening to me ramble on. I'm a little out of practice, so thanks for bearing with me. But talk about all these travel experiences. There are more, but again, I can't fit them all into this time frame. But also I get to offer a discount. I love discounts. I haven't released this yet, but we are doing a fall special. Typically, if you sign up for an info session, I offer you $100 off. But because we're doing a fall special starting in October, I'm just like, I'm gonna give this to people ahead of time. So if you did sign up for a trip, any one of the trips, whether I presented them or not, this discount code fall 300 will work to give you $300 off, and it'll spread out that, it'll adjust your payments over time. Also, I do give a 10% discount if you pay in full. So if when you sign up, you're like, I'm definitely going, I'm going to Brazil and I want the single occupancy, then it would make more sense because the single occupancy is ridiculously expensive. It would make more sense to use the 10% discount code because you would save almost $500 on that room. Or that package rather. So, but if you want to do a payment plan, and I love a payment plan, I do payment plans myself. The way to go would be the fall 300. Okay, I can stop sharing my screen, take a break, breathe. I know we lost a lot of people. Sorry about the length of time, guys.
So the fall 300 you had on there if you're going to do a trip this year for 20.
Nope. You can use that for any trip.
Oh, okay.
So all of my trips, Luana, haven't been, I have all my trips built out. Like I'm just releasing them in increments. So like I have a newsletter that will come out on Thursday or Friday of this week, and I'll share a new trip with that. I'm just rolling them out slowly. All of my trips will be on the site by November, including South Africa and Japan. I know a few people were interested in those. So, but
are you looking at Cape Town, South Africa?
No. We did Cape Town. Sorry.
Did you enjoy it?
Huh?
Did you enjoy it? Did you go for Carnival?
No, did not go for that. We went in April. Nothing special about April, just decent weather. We did Cape Town and Joburg. So we're going back to Joburg, but we're going to do the beach as well. So we'll experience some things that are Cape Town-ish, but you might know Cape Town's very Americanized, like, very modernized, not Americanized, but like it reminded everybody of the United States, which was great, but I want to offer people a different type of experience.
And I was thinking about Pride in Cape Town because Cape Town allegedly
You know when their pride is?
yeah, it's in it's February to March. Pride runs like a month in Cape Town.
Okay, well, I might have to put that on the radar for the next South Africa trip, because that'll be a staple trip. Every year I would like to take a group of people to South Africa, because I have contacts in South Africa, like, that I collaborated with, who, you know, live there, can help people personally. So, thank you for that. I'll add that to my list of things to look into. So yes, you can use that fall discount code on any one of the trips. I just don't have them all up right now. They'll probably be all up by the end of October, beginning of November. And if they're not up by the end of October, I'll still extend that discount code to apply to, you know, the November ones that are released in November.
Okay, so for Brazil,
I'm gonna email all of this to you, but I appreciate you taking notes. Like, I'll email you the discount code, so you'll have that.
yeah, I was just checking flights February 27th to March 5th. I was just looking to see what flights are to Brazil.
Oh, okay. That's smart. Yes, flights will definitely get you if you wait too long. I'm waiting for someone on this Portugal and Spain trip to book that, which is like it's in a month. We have a month, but I'm waiting for them to book their flight, which it's fine if you want to book a month in advance. I have a little anxiety, so that will not be me.
Right, right. I'm like, I like one, thank you for this, because I actually found out about you from someone else that was on the Karen Hunter show last week on through it Sirius XM. And when I
Oh,
went to her
Yuri.
page, she had this on. I was like, wow, I didn't know that was a thing. Because are you familiar with the LGBT music festival?
No, you're
You
teaching
never
me
heard
so
of
much. Where is
so
this?
that has been happening for years. The guy that coordinates it, Gregory, is out of Atlanta, but he does an international trip. So like my wife and I have done that for like 5 years. Like we've gone to Dominican Republic, but they make it a whole thing. So you fly in, you stay at an all-inclusive resort, you have multiple celebrities there.
And it's just for LGBT?
Yep.
Ooh, I mean,
So,
I've seen things in Dominican Republic. It's in Dominican Republic?
yeah, well, he's had it in Dominican Republic. We've gone to, doggone it, now I want to forget. We've done Dominican Republic. We've done Mexico. We've done, did we do Puerto Vallarta? Shit. Look, let me stop lying. Remember I said I collect refrigerator magnets?
I love that. And you know what? I think I've heard of it. I just didn't know the name. I think I've seen it advertised. I
Panama.
just haven't been able to get there yet, but hopefully next
It was
year.
in Panama. That's why I collect refrigerator magnets to remember where the hell I've been. But Panama and other places, but he always does it the same time. It's Memorial Weekend
Okay.
every year. But we've done that 5 years. And we met somebody, like we met, that's how I know like people that are part of P Valley and Ty Hunter, who was Beyonce stylist forever, and met a lot of different Shirley Ralph, because he does this whole award ceremony. But when I saw that there was a women's group that was Black led, I was like, oh, that seems exciting, because
Well, we aren't
not
that
like,
big. We're not music festival big, but it's a good group. It's a good group.
no, but a travel group, because as we get older, it's more difficult when you're building relationships and you want friends that you could travel with, because a lot of them have kids. So we don't have that problem.
Is it okay to say I'm glad I don't have? I'm okay not having little dependents too right now.
Right. And then no, I don't have a cat either. So I'm not a cat lady either yet. It was just exciting to see. So great presentation.
Thank you. I'm a little rusty, but I'll get back into it. And I'm gonna do like 2 or 3 of these a month, and then I'll pre-record them too. So the next one, which is next week, I'll have I'll offer more places. And I can, you know, if you sign up for it but don't make it, I'll still send you the link so you can listen or watch it at your leisure.
Because the further out, the better, so that we can actually budget for it, because we getting ready to go to Germany. So that, so
Ooh.
I might have, so even though February will be great, going to Germany in November, that's going to be pushing a lot.
No, I hear you. No, have fun in Germany. Have a great time. I hear good things about Germany.
So thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to staying in contact and receiving information.
Me too. Thank you, Luana. I really appreciate it. Brittany, Sandy, did you guys have any? Hi, Brittany. Nice to see you. Did you have any questions? Did you catch Thailand?
I did, but I think I'm going to Spain and Portugal separately in like 3 weeks. And I'm like, that's just too much, Britt.
No,
So
it's too much for me, and I'm hosting.
so I think I'm gonna skip out on Thailand. I think I have not but I think I'm gonna skip out. But I do think the Brazil trip, that's my birthday weekend. I think I'll do that instead. So I think
Happy
that would be a really good trade-off.
I like that trade-off. No, that should be a fun trip too. But thank you for that. No, of course I would have loved to have you, but yeah, I'm
Yeah,
all
me too.
for balance and
Yeah. And that ticket price went up quite dramatically in the last couple of weeks as well. So I also that kind of got me. I think that would kind of seal the deal a little bit.
oh, I know, I just booked my Thailand flights. So that was a lot. Yeah. You'll have to share your itinerary with me or where you'll be. I don't know if any days are overlapping, but if we can get together,
I think so.
That would
Okay.
be great.
Yeah, I'll let you know. We're gonna be in Portugal first. I think you guys are going to Spain first, right?
No, we're doing Portugal first too.
Right. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay. And Sandy's going on that trip. Sandy.
Hey, Sandy.
Call.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll let you know where we're gonna be at. We're going to Lisbon, then to Algarve, and then flying over to Madrid.
Okay. So the only place we might be in the same place at the same time as Lisbon, because we're doing Sevilla and Barcelona. But
Okay.
I look forward to hearing about your adventure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I've been to Lisbon before, but Algarve is new. Madrid, I had to make sure I beelined it over there because I've been to Barcelona like 4 times, but I have not been anywhere else.
I don't know if Madrid can compete with Barcelona, but have a great time.
Really?
Barcelona's my favorite city though. I mean, I think Madrid is just really hot, but not when we're going. So Madrid is just really hot, and I just remember just like being very touristy. But I mean, Barcelona can be touristy too, but like,
Okay.
it was probably just more so hot. I was just probably hot.
Okay.
So you probably won't be hot.
All right.
But have a great
If we don't like it, we'll fly over to Barcelona. we'll be flexible then.
I love that if you have the flexibility. But yeah, tell me about Algarve. I did Granada there as well, and my friend studied abroad there. I'm dating myself, but this is 20 years ago. So I went to Granada too, to visit her. And that was nice, but like cobblestone streets, they like shut down the city for lunch for 3 hours. So just very different.
That part I'm used to. I'm used to, but I get it. It's a shocker if you're not prepared for it mentally.
Yeah. Well, yay, I look forward to seeing both of you soon. I'm actually putting, because you guys are Lesbifriends, part of the group travelers. I'm actually in the process of doing I can share with you guys first, putting together an appreciation event for the end of the year. Maybe I can ask your opinion. So I want to just have like, I'm probably gonna have it at a restaurant. Like you just show up, you just come. I might have it. You can bring a friend. I don't know yet. We'll see what these prices are looking like. But it's free. You just come. Thank you for traveling with Lesbifriends. But I'm looking at like the beginning of December versus the end of December. What do you guys think?
Well, I know last year you did the Christmas thing, and everybody that had traveled or was traveling was invited to that. That was really nice. But I think if you do it close to the end, it's gonna feel like it's a Christmas thing. So I think the beginning would be nice. I mean, that's my thought.
No, thank you for that. And I'll still invite people,
Mhm.
from wherever. I just think most people are gonna be from the DMV who come.
Yeah.
What's it appreciation for? You know, this is my
Oh,
first
well,
appreciation.
last year was the first one, so
Okay.
I just called it you basically got invited if you came on a trip or if you signed up to come on a trip.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm thanking you for being Lesbifriends.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So my
I'm sorry, we getting certificates again?
You're like, wait a minute, what we doing?
Oh, it's like, how are we giving out awards?
Are we giving out certificates or trophies? What is this? No.
Okay, that makes sense. That sounds very nice.
There will not be enough time to do an award ceremony, unfortunately. But no, just me thanking people for,
Okay.
trusting the vision, being on the journeys, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But thank you for weighing in, Sandy. I'm talking to this one restaurant that I love. I think it's like on theme with the travel.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna see what dates they have available for like early December, late November, but I also know that's Thanksgiving, so it's just, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Sounds good. So when are we gonna get our packing list for Spain?
Next week, travel guide comes next week. I'm sorry, it's a little delayed.
No, you're fine.
I literally had someone sign up today, the last day. So
So how many do we have now?
we're at 7.
Oh, that's good. Because before it was just dwindling. It was like, okay.
I know. And Brittany, Spain and Portugal has had so many ups and downs. Like we had 4 more people and we lost people.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So anyway, it's a good group, solid 7.
All right, I like that solid 7 sounds good.
Sounds
It
good.
sounds good.
If we happen to be in Lisbon at the same time, I'll send a flag up.
I'll let you know. I think we're gonna arrive on the 26th of September though. Actually, I think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
off a little bit. Yeah.
All right. Well, you can send us suggestions if you
I
find
will. Oh yeah.
try places.
Any
What-
sort of like wine tasting where they're doing like green wine tastings, those are always good. And the food walking tours, like normal stuff. But I didn't do anything like wildly amazing when I was there. I just, we ate, we drank, we ate. Yeah.
But this is my first international trip, so I'm excited.
Oh, nice.
I'm excited. Yeah. So
That's a good place. That's a good place to get started then.
thank you. Because I'm looking at the trips next year. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to really get another job because no. No, but I do enjoy Lesbifriends travel. So I was in the bank today, Lisa, and I went to do this deposit, and the lady was talking to me, and the one of the bankers, she started talking to me, and she was talking about getting a travel card and all this other stuff, and I started talking about Lesbifriends traveling, and mind you, I went to the bank. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the bank. I'll be right back. 40 minutes later.
Thank you, Sandy.
I done shared the website because she said she's paying. Well, she said that while I was talking. So she was Hispanic or whatever, but she was like, "Oh my God," and this and that, and so she was like, "Oh, it sounds like a lot of fun." So I share with everybody. So
I appreciate you. You're gonna be one of these trip leaders soon enough. Brittany, did I tell you we're starting a trip leader program?
No, you did not mention that to me.
Oh, okay. I didn't have time to mention that in the presentation, but literally I'm rolling this out like in the next month. I'm So basically the criteria, I cannot go on all these trips. I mean,
What?
I would have to like lose my job. Like I work for the federal government. They're not gonna, I can't work from anywhere else, like outside of the country. And I just don't have that much vacation time. So I am, part of you coming on the trip is you getting to experience, it as a participant or a traveler, but then
You're
also you
recruiting
can see if you might want to lead a trip. Like Atlanta is a very specific type of trip because, when you're traveling out of the country, like you're going on a lot of pre-guided tours and I don't have to do as much when we're out of the country.
Mhm.
Atlanta, I'm facilitating in the space that we're in, but so basically I would like to have people come on these trips for free who would like a little bit of responsibility in exchange for not having to pay for accommodations and food and activities, who can basically corral the troops, make sure people like don't miss the bus or the flight or the train when we're going
Right.
from place to place. And will be like the contact for on the ground, but I will still be working the entire time. Like, I'll be in communication, I'll be on the group chat, but I can't be everywhere. And I have 12 trips at least planned next year. So that's why we're doing this trip leader program.
Okay. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people who were, willing and able to help out the last trip
Yeah,
too.
people just like fall into that role, but I also know people who were like, I don't want to do it. I'll pay. I don't want that
I don't
responsibility.
want that responsibility. I'm just enjoying. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I did forget to say, Sandy, I'm sorry that that fall discount code only does not apply to the cruise.
Oh, well, you said it was international, so I didn't even think of the cruise.
Yeah, only
And
because
also I know with the cruise, those prices are not your price. Those are
yeah.
set cruise prices. So
Mhm.
no, I was pretty much knew that.
Okay.
Mhm.
But anyway, I'll put that in the wrap-up email. But anyway, it's 8:46. I'm sorry, ladies. I didn't mean to take up your whole
Okay.
night.
It's been a joy talking to you.
It's nice always seeing your face, Sandy. I'll see you on Sunday.
Absolutely. I'll be there.
Yay, I'm excited. It's a good group of people.
Thank you. We'll see.
We'll see.
So,
You'll
all right.
have fun at least, even if,
I always have fun at your event, so it's
Okay. There, Brittany, if you didn't see, there's a single mixer and a singles brunch.
I'm going to the mixer.
Okay,
The
well,
brunch? You aged me out the brunch.
huh?
I said you aged me out the brunch.
she aged me out the mixer, so hey.
No, I just feel like,
I'm like,
did you
huh?
come to the mixer, Sandy?
Huh?
Did you want to come to the mixer?
I would have liked to, but I changed my schedule so I can go to the brunch after I was like, okay, I can't go to the mixer, so let me change it so I can.
Well, I welcome feedback, but I figure, sometimes it makes sense to be in pockets of people that you might have things in common with. I don't know that a twerking 29-year-old's place is at, like with the
Anywhere.
grown and sexy.
Anywhere.
I mean, any age can twerk. I'm just
But
saying.
the thing is, Lisa, I have dated 40-year-olds. So.
Well, there
But
might be one or two that sneak in too, because I've gotten that question. Are you gonna
I
check?
am going to the brunch. And if I can find my way to be off Saturday night, I will definitely let you know.
Okay. If not, Brittany will hold it down.
Oh yeah, I got you.
I have no doubt.
What do you want me to bring?
Brittany, I have no doubt you got it, right?
I got it. Oh yeah, I gotta find an outfit that I can actually wear in somebody's home.
Sandy, Brittany won the fashion award, the most fashionable in Atlanta.
It was not
did
easy.
you? Go Brittany. And what do we have
You,
on
whatever
Brittany?
you wear, you're gonna look great. You can. It's not like it's not that type of home environment. It's I have events
It's
here.
more casual, laid back. It's gonna be more casual, laid back.
Yeah, come as fabulous as you want to. All the thieves. Okay, anyway, all right.
All right, I'll see you on
Okay.
Saturday.
See you.
All right,
And I'll
I'll
see
see you
you,
Sunday.
Sandy, on the
Brittany, I
cruise.
look forward
I'm sure
to
I'm going on
meeting
this
you.
cruise.
I look forward to meeting you at something. So have a good one. And
All right.
safe
Bye.
travels to you, Brittany.
Thank you. Yeah, have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night, Lisa.
Night.